afternoon or evening, Speed Gaming 2, and welcome to week 4 of the Link to the Past Randomizer tournament. We've got quite a different week for you here. We're going to be presenting Spoiler Week, featuring a match between Relkin and Ace Zero. As you can see, we're a little bit delayed because Relkin was just playing an SMZ3 match, and he needs to let his credits run out first before we can start that. That said, I'm Drossi, and I'm here with Homemade Beer. How are you doing?
Doing good, Drossi. Really looking forward to this week. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited. This is going to be fast-paced, and it's also the only week where the runners are running without a delay. So what you're seeing is what they're doing, in basically real time, maybe a few seconds restream delay, but that's about it. So it's going to be exciting and fast-paced because as soon as they start, each of them has a pilot who will grab a spoiler log out of the race room and try to guide them to their go mode as quickly as possible.
Yeah, this mode's great. Keysanity makes it a little more interesting, obviously, because you have to also figure out key routing and things like that. Typically, your sort of go mode ends up being somewhere around 5 or 6 hearts. If you're lucky, maybe you get a mail upgrade. Who knows? We just had a tournament with this mode that ended about 2 weeks ago, I want to say, and Relkin's team was actually second place in that tournament.
Yeah. So we already know that Relkin is scary as a spoiler keys runner. Ace Zero, I didn't actually get a chance to look up how his team did last season in Spoiler Week, though I guess I can do that. Relkin should be getting ready shortly here, since we see that he has finished his credits for the previous race. Yes, so Ace Zero lost to F. Coughlin of the Bomb Squad last season in Spoilers. It was the same team, Ace Zero, piloted by Waterlow.
Oh, cool. And yeah, this is a crazy mode.
F. Coughlin was piloted by the legendary Synac. Which just goes to show when, you're one of the devs for the randomizer, you're probably pretty good at piloting people.
Yeah. Yeah, one other thing that is true about this mode as far as the rules go is the runners and the pilots, I believe, are allowed to watch each other's streams and as well as watch the restream. So don't be surprised and shocked if you see someone from either team pop into chat here in the restream and say hi. Yeah, who are today's pilots? That is a good question.
Yes, so Relkin is being piloted by Sailor Nep and Ace Zero is being piloted by Waterlow.
All right, looks like they're about to get off here.
Yep, we've just kicked them off. They're getting their countdown now, so should have them on here within a minute. Again, a few seconds after they start, just because of restream delay. So I don't know how much Relkin and Nep have worked together. Presumably they've at least practiced a little bit. Relkin's pilot was 1-up in the spoiler tourney. And then who piloted him last season?
I do not know.
Last season he was piloted by Ganon's Gone Wild. Okay.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, Relkin goes through a lot of pilots. I guess he, is very adaptable at working with different people. By the way, Relkin, piloted by GGW, finished that seed in 51:55, which is ridiculous even for pilot spoiler.
Yeah.
Most of these seeds will go just over an hour, but if you're lucky, you can get one that's between 50 and 60 minutes. And we're off.
And we're off. All right. Found some bombs and a piece of heart in the first 2 checks. Bombs are so nice to get early because you don't have to think about them. Usually you don't need to get all the bomb checks in Kakariko, but if you do, having just enough bombs is always fantastic.
Now, typically, runners will have some sort of fixed start for the first couple of minutes to give their pilot some time to read through the log. So that's what you're seeing here. They're starting in Sank. Figure it doesn't take too long to go into the Lost Woods, check those 2 items. Then there's CAC, and hopefully by that point, their pilot will tell them where they need to go in CAC.
Yeah, so you can see the tracker in this race filling out all of our pendant crystal information as well as the medallions. Big shout out to Akuhaish for tracking today, pulling the spoiler log similarly to the pilots of this race, and helping us all in chat figure out what's going on.
Right, so once you see the runners start skipping things, that's when you know their pilot's starting to guide them. But yes, interesting. Desert is a 5/6, and Myers are other 5/6, and Eastern is, of course, a vanilla green pendant, because when isn't Eastern a vanilla green pendant?
Absolutely.
Pod is also a pendant, so that's interesting that we're grabbing a pod small, unless it just... And a Meyer small. Well, Meyer small makes Meyer routing a little bit easier.
Yeah, and a moon pearl and a blue ball. Well, that's nice. Yeah, a lot of times you don't know how to do the route early, and if you're in a room and it's a small key for a dungeon, you just pick it up, because then just in case you might need it.
Yeah, and blue bottle is going to be a nice safety, because safeties are few and far between in any sort of spoiler race. You know, especially at this level, runners don't want to take the time to collect them necessarily. Again, Skullwood small key helps with the routing there.
Yeah, and one of the things to be said too about this mode that's really interesting is where are the swords? That's a thing that, you know, as a pilot, you got to figure out, and you kind of hope that you can get to at least Temperate Sword. A lot of times it's not possible, but it really depends on the seed.
So grabbing the Thieves Town small is also interesting. That can help a little bit with routing Thieves Town, but the only thing it's absolutely necessary for is getting the big chest.
Yeah, that's true. If you're going to break the crap out of logic in any mode, this is the mode to do it in. We see some bomb farming on A0 side. I'm wondering if there's something specific that needs extra bombs that they would like to have.
Well, and Relkin's clearly doing the same. It's just that Nep told him to do it out of escape.
Yeah,
there were 6 bombs in Uncle Tunnel, whereas Waterlow was telling A0 to do it in CAC, but clearly they're going to need bombs since they both grabbed quite a few.
Yeah, interesting. I wonder what looks like they're going. I would guess maybe no. Okay, Relkin's going to Eastern, and A0 is going to, looks like, Mini Moldorm Cave.
Early divergence.
Curious. I wonder what we're going to see here.
Yeah, either way, they're going to need a bomb. Since we don't yet have boots, Relkin can't just, like, dash into that wall.
Oh, that's a nice magic drop. Resource management is really important in this mode. Ooh, nice armor.
Yeah, again, any safety you can get.
So he's walking out. I'm guessing this is an Eastern Palace play, because you wouldn't walk out of here.
Okay, so there's a glove in Mini Moldorm Cave, as well as an ice small key. Again, not something we necessarily need, but can help with routing, but the glove is hard required.
Yeah, absolutely.
And meanwhile, that Turtle Rock key is also hard required. We will need to find 3 out of the 4, or all 4 if we need to get something out of Lava Chest.
Yes. So.
Or if you can find all 4, then you don't have to go steal the key from the Pokey.
That's true. Yeah, that actually can be a time save.
Oh,
Whoops.
Apparently Thieves is the green pendant.
Interesting. So I wonder if they grab that Thieves Town small key because it's something they would need, or if it's just, again, like a convenient key that you're not sure of yet, because the first, 15 minutes of this mode are pure chaos for the pilot.
Yeah. Notice that Relkin skipped the shield in Saha's closet. Relkin will always skip the shield if there's any way for him to do so. So we're digging deep into Eastern here, going all the way to Vanilla Big Key Chest. Must be something important. Day Zero is going for it too. Maybe the hammer?
Yeah, if they're going all the way in, Eastern is a pendant, so this could be like one of those, there's something in here you need, just grab it and then peace out, go do other things.
Well, I mean, they can't go any further than this because they don't have the big key or the bow.
Yeah, sorry, what I meant was, and never come back. I forgot to
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh,
book.
spicy. So something in desert.
Something in desert, maybe something on a tablet?
Well, then you're definitely going to want to get the fire source. I mean, I guess you can wait until you come back to Mire with the mirror. You're going to have to get the mirror for Swamp anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Relkin leaving that glove in Mini Moldorm Cave for the moment.
Yeah, that's another cool thing to watch with these races is, there isn't necessarily a reason to grab all the progression as fast as you can. A lot of times it's being able to route things in a way where you don't go to locations more than once ever, and that includes overworld.
But by the way, one other thing we should mention, runners and pilots are allowed to watch this restream and participate in chat if they so choose. And sometimes you'll see that, like during a crystal grab cutscene, a runner may type something in chat here.
Yeah, it's pretty funny to see that, to know that they're watching, and it does make it more interesting as far as racing goes as well, because you definitely, like, if you're watching the race or you're in the tournament, it was only the pilot allowed to watch, but either way you have a sense of where your opponent is, and if you are actually behind instead of feeling behind, you can know, and it can cause you to have to play more aggressive in order to make up time and still try to win.
Right, it's really a measure of like how many safeties can I afford to grab is the big thing.
Yeah, that's exactly it, for sure. Okay, so we are on... Oh, well, there's their hammer.
Well, that's a pretty nice thing to get out of going through desert. Oh, and looks like there's something on Aegina, too.
Okay, yeah, so you have to go to this area at least once early. So this is probably the right way to do it. Only have to go to the back of this cave so you can save and quit. You don't have to walk back out. But we'll see. We can kind of compare routes here, and well, it's hard to do exactly because they didn't come at the same time, but...
Ah, fire source, nice.
Okay, interesting. Well, with that glove, we do have Dark World access. So what do you think's next?
Right. Well, I think for Relkin, what's next is getting the glove. For Ace Zero, once he gets his hammer, I'm gonna guess since they were grabbing those small keys to Skullwoods and Thieves Town that we'll probably see a Village of Outcasts Skeleton Forest play.
Yeah, I think at this point, once you've gotten a little bit into a seed, you try to figure out now, okay, we got Dark World access, and if we haven't seen them grab the boots yet, it's likely that they're not available yet. We got a magic refill.
And the fact that they went to the trouble of getting that lamp leads me to believe that Fire Rod may be late in the game and they'll actually need the lamp as a fire source.
That's a good point too, yeah.
Though it does make dark rooms faster even for experienced runners.
Yeah, that's true too. Ooh, just barely missed with that one, but at least this time Relkin has a hammer, so there's a backup in case any of those bombs miss, but makes it through.
Oh, and
opens a compass. Probably didn't want that.
Ace Ace Zero pulled the red meringue out of the map chest in Desert.
Yeah,
Relkin, I
having a
believe,
boomerang in
skips
this
that.
mode's not a terrible thing. You get access to stun prize and a couple small things. If it's on the path, it's not a bad thing to grab. But again, like you mentioned earlier, you could sort of consider it as a safety. So
Ooh, looks like we're seeing a Hype Cave play here as Relkin's first Dark World play. Still no sword.
yeah, Hype Cave. Okay, let's see. Looks like both runners going here. So this seems like the best next progression for these runners.
Okay,
It is nice to have a blue mail this early, though.
We've had a couple of requests to talk about the mode. I guess we talked about it at the outset before the runners got started, but now that they're underway, we should still talk about it. The idea is each of these runners, Flute and Hype Cave, very nice.
Okay.
And was that 2 pod keys in there too?
I believe it was.
So yeah, each of these runners has a pilot. When the runners hit go, the pilot gets a copy of the spoiler log. The pilot's on a voice call with the runner, and each pilot has to guide their runner to the fastest way to finish the seed. And it's open Keysanity, so we started with Zelda Rescued. They had the Light World at their disposal, and they'll have to beat the 7 crystal dungeons in GT, but the keys can be anywhere.
Yeah, and we just saw an interesting thing happen in the bottom left chest in Hype Cave was actually bombs, which Ace Zero grabbed, and Relkin actually has 0 bombs. So either his pilot will have to tell him where the bombs are, or he'll have to get some money in order to buy them, or he just doesn't need them for a while. So curious to see what's next here.
Interesting for Ace Zero's fluffing, he's only very slightly behind.
Looks like a fake flipper to this. What is it?
That'll get you.
Oh, Houlihan.
Houlihan.
Huh. That must mean there's something that costs a lot of money somewhere in the seed. Or they just need to get into pod. Unsure at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it could just be pod money when you have that few rupees.
Right, yeah. Yeah, that's another thing we've definitely seen in the tournament earlier and in practice that, like, it's really easy to forget you need money to go to pod.
In pilot spoilers, some runners will actually Houlihan right out of the gate just to make sure they have enough money and give their pilot enough time to read the log.
Oh, look, we got a bomb. And Ace Zero is doing the back of escape. Oh, Houlihan as well. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, not a Houlihan you think about very often, but it's a perfectly good one. Right, Ace Zero's method was probably slightly faster, but Relkin didn't have it as an option without a bomb.
Oh, that's true. You have to bomb yourself into the hole. Yeah, so far this is pod money, specifically. And we did find we found 3 pod smalls. Pod is a pendant, though, so... seems like with the 3 pod smalls, both runners have them. You could basically full clear any chest you want in this entire dungeon, except for the big chest and the boss, so...
Yeah. Now, what I have to wonder, given that they were grabbing, like, the Thieves Small, this could be a ped seed. If so, they'd know it already.
That's true, yeah.
Either it is or it isn't, and the runners know one way or the other whether it is.
Oh, nice free heart there. Up to 5 hearts already. That's pretty much go mode hearts.
Well, I mean, especially with blue mail, right?
Yeah, definitely. You actually do feel like when you play this mode enough, you feel really comfortable with 5 heart blue mail. Oh, look at that. We got a glove.
Well, one other interesting thing we should mention about the spoiler log is it tells you what the bottle fills are for both Waterfall Cave and Pyramid Fairy, and it also tells you how many digs you'll need for the digging game.
Yeah, and it also tells you what the prize is for throwing a fish back into the deep water, which is a lesser known thing. You don't usually see that in regular matches.
And it tells you what the stun prize is.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. All right, so yeah, it looks like A0 grabbed that extra heart in the shooter remove pod. So this is the thing we were talking about. If you could see that cost him time, like the whole point of this is to finish as fast as possible and do it, within your means to be safe. And having an extra heart is great. And it also, if your opponent didn't do that, then that they didn't spend the time to do it. So get some mitts. We're going for a smith here. No mirror. All right, what can this be? Maybe the mirror is behind the smith somehow? Maybe it's on the smith?
Yeah, generally you wouldn't do smiths without the mirror in a spoiler mode if there's any way to get the mirror first.
Yeah. Yeah, one to answer a quick question in chat. As soon as the race starts, the pilot gets the log with 0 time to study. So the runner has to start running and the pilot has to start piloting. Oh, a sword. Okay.
That's useful. Yeah, it's also a nice way to make sure that the runner can't study the log in advance.
Yeah, this is an interesting seed. We're going back into the Dark World here. Where do you think this is? They don't have a way to beat Skull Woods.
Fun fact, this mode was actually invented for Season 2 of the League.
Oh, really? Yeah. I feel like it's kind of a popular mode in terms of, team co-op type of races these days.
Yeah, a lot of the runners have a lot of fun with it.
And we're going right back. This could be hammer pegs or purple chest. Getting a little bit of hammer peg action.
Yeah, chat remarking, this is kind of bad if Smith's was your easiest first sword.
Right.
Oh, well, those flippers will be kind of necessary.
Yeah, that's kind of neat. Flippers. Still need a way to get into Swamp. And a hookshot. We need, a mirror and a hookshot and a Swamp Small in order to beat that dungeon. That's interesting. Okay, taking the purple chest, so just grabbing these quick smith checks, and by quick, I mean terribly slow. Oh, another bomb. Roken getting paid off with bombs and filling up in pod. That's a smart move. If when I mentioned earlier he was out of bombs, I didn't know their next destination was pod, which is a place where you can farm a lot of bombs. So that worked out really well. Okay, thanks, game.
Okay, that's really funny if you know anything about the SMZ3 match Relkin just played, which he alluded to in his file name for this race, that the GT Big Key was on the torch and the boots were on purple chest. So now Relkin's played 2 seeds in a row with boots and purple chest.
That's great. That's great. I bet he's loving it right now. Only kind words about the seed, I'm sure. Ooh, a desert small. That's really interesting. You don't need that to beat the dungeon unless there is something on the right side of desert.
Well, he's fluting to 6.
So curious to see what this could be.
Yeah, it's a long way to go through desert for nothing, so it can't be nothing.
Yeah, they did grab a TR small a bit ago. Was that right? Oh, look, there's Ether.
Yeah,
We know that's for Meyer.
we'll definitely need that. Still need to get Quake from somewhere.
Skipping that boomerang.
So going all the way up here. Another TR small.
TR small, okay.
Interesting that we're collecting these TR smalls, but we still don't have Quake or Samaria or either the mirror or hookshot to get over there or either of the rods.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, where the heck is everything? Seems like a slow start to the seed. Another thing that is interesting about... Oh, look, going into the Dark World here. So, yeah, it looks like that flew up to the mountain. I'm wondering here. Let's see. Relkin grabbed a second small key for TR. Ace0 is getting a key here. I forgot what this one was. Oh, this was the Desert Small. So, yeah, he needed that to get that key. Okay. So I'm wondering if they need to get into TR somehow and needs to get all those keys to do it.
Yeah, and here we are in Meyer with very little to go on. Don't have the big key or Samaria, so not going to beat it unless they both happen to be in here.
Hey, Drossi, have you ever seen a seed where you have to go into desert 3 times with the book? Oh, yeah.
That would be ugly. Oh, nice ether strats by Ace0.
Yeah, I like medallion strats a lot of times against these guys.
Unfortunately, there was one Wizrobe off the map. Yes, hello, Hookshot.
Oh, hi, Hookshot. Cool. Nice Hookshot, right? So another thing, too, that is important, all of these runners are experts at, is knowing how many keys you need to beat the dungeon and how many keys you need to get in order to get all the chests in a dungeon.
So, any sort of Death Mountain climb has to be via the east side since we don't have the mirror.
Yeah, so okay, it's interesting now because I might have missed it on Ace0's side. It looks like they're fluting back. Okay, this is what I was going to comment on. They're going back into desert here. It looks like to get that TR small key that Relkin got. And because the Desert Palace small key was in Mire Shed, one option that they actually had, which, you know, these are the kind of things you think about in spoilers, is what's faster, is because they had already gone into desert to get ether, maybe stealing a key to get the other key so you don't have to get the TR small, so you don't have to use the book 3 times to get in here. Might have been worth it, but it's really hard to say at that point.
Hey, and for repeat visits to Desert Palace, did you notice Relkin got the Desert Big Key in Lower Paradox?
Oh, fantastic. All right, so even if we can go... Well, we don't have Quake, so we're up here getting that Desert Big Key. What else do we think we're going to find?
I don't know, a rod?
A rod?
A bow?
Anything, please. Well, they have the hookshot now. They
Lots
can
of
beat
big
Hera.
keys. We haven't found big keys yet. With that hookshot, we can Hera pot, so we won't need the Hera big key unless something's in the big chest.
Oh, man, that's just actually the worst.
Yeah, actually, it's kind of nice. Swamp and Skullwoods, you don't need the big key. Ice, you don't need the big key. Hey, there's the bow.
Hey, nice bow.
So, really, we just need the Meyer big key and GT big key, of course.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's been some really fun seeds in practice where... Oh, look, there's Quake. We can go to TR now. Hooray.
Not that we could do anything inside without Samaria.
Well, you don't think these runners are going to hover the entirety of Turtle Rock? But yeah, you're right. We need to find Samaria before we can go in there. Looks like Relkin's going to take care of this dungeon now. Either there's something on the boss that he thinks he needs, or just getting it out of the way while he's in the area, since he was already in the dungeon anyway.
Yeah. I had to go in there to get Quake.
Hey, more bombs. And a shovel. Get another piece of heart. Ooh, half magic. Oh, they had half magic. Okay, half magic is so nice in this mode.
Yeah, again, one of those safeties that if there's any way you can reasonably route it in, you do.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you can't afford to go out of your way for it.
Ooh, spiral cave.
Yeah, this is interesting because, of course, if he just needed to get back to the bottom, he could just drop off the ledge.
Yeah, at least he got the boost for this. Oh man, this is the worst if you don't.
Boots plus hookshot is the best way to do it.
Hello, fire rod.
Okay, there was a rod up here. As Ace Zero now makes his way into Tower of Hera. So what do we need? Samaria, Ice Rod, and Mirror item-wise, and at least one more sword.
Yeah, so climbing back up here with that Quake medallion, if... Oh, there's a sword.
Hey, there's another sword once we finally get Mirror.
Yeah, so I think because we have that Quake medallion, we know that is for TR entry. It looks like he's going to use this portal. Without the mirror, he wouldn't be able to open the dungeon without doing it this way.
Oh, Ace Zero takes a fall.
That's annoying. A fall is worth a lot more time in this mode. Well, you know where your opponent is, but you basically expect them to do everything perfectly. So, but I guess that's kind of true in regular races as well, right?
So we're going into Hookshot Cave. Maybe the mirror's here. I mean, that sword on floating island must be really tempting. Ooh, Ice Rod.
Oh, nice rod. All right, Ace Zero on the board with their Tower of Hera Crystal. And, oh, there's Samaria. Oh, but not going into TR. Okay.
Well,
so it looks like there's other things to do first.
If we wanted to beat TR, we'd still need a third small key.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there was another one or is another one that they need to get before going back up. And this looks like a nice palace play. With half magic, actually, and Fire Rod, this is not a bad dungeon at all, honestly. So yeah, curious. I wonder if Ice Palace maybe has their final TR small, something like that. They can do that, do TR. Maybe they're saving TR till the end when they get more swords.
Well, certainly Samaria's made TR a lot easier to do now that they can Icebreaker.
Yeah, I think you meant Ice Palace, but yeah, I agree.
Wait, what did I just say? TR? Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, I meant Ice Palace.
I mean, you're not wrong. Samaria does make TR much easier.
Yes, especially for people who can't hover.
That's right.
I mean, P-Train probably thinks there's no difference between the two, right?
Yeah, he probably just considers it a time save. Okay, grabbing some chests here. What is a piece of heart? And oh, for a refill, so must have been counting there. It's very nice.
Yes, though at 6 hearts, you can still blue mail. You can still only take 1 hit from a cold stare puff.
Yeah, they do what, 3? I think. Oh, okay, there's
Yeah. So oh, okay. Now we can take 2 hits from a cold stare puff. That also means a Ganon hug is out of Oko territory.
Oh, look, a TR small.
Imagine that. CT small. We haven't discussed that too much because after Fad Keys, like you're used to the CT smalls being in CT, right?
Yeah, for sure. And a cape. Oh, cape is another safety that, you don't go out of your way for, but if it's there, you grab it.
It could also be Aga Tower access. I mean, even
That's
if there's
true,
nothing
they
in
only have one
Lumberjack, we could have to get something out of one of those 2 chests.
Yep. Yeah, with no swords available. That's a funny point.
And for all we know, there is something on Lumberjack.
All right, looks like A0 grabbed the an extra Meyer key here. I think that's one more than Relkin got. I keep saying the runner's name when I'm calling it out, but I feel like it's more fair to say the team name because it's 2 people playing in these. So.
Oh, and Ace0 is going into TR here.
Oh, interesting. I wonder what they could be wanting to find. Ooh, missing that 1 fire rod shot. It's really annoying. But I think, I was going to say 1 or 2 more hammer hits ought to finish him up.
This is Relkin. I'm not too worried. Oh, another heart.
And another heart? Oh, come on. This is like the freest seed ever. If you end with now 8 hearts?
Yeah, now we're almost at SG Live settings.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, so I'm curious. Okay, so A0 is going in. I wonder how far he's going to go here. Maybe if potentially there's another TR small in here, he could finish it. And it's a big key to Eastern. Okay.
So we have a question in chat about why Ace is full clearing certain places, like he did extra checks in Hookshot Cave. Might be just how their pilots choose to pilot in terms of what information they give them, or even like specifying the chest. Like you really have to know how the individual chests are spelled out in the spoiler log. Let's see how Hookshot Cave is described, for instance.
Yeah, it looks like he's going further. And then I'm trying to figure out what's left actually for these runners. I'm trying to figure out what do we need. We need a Swamp Small. We need a Mirror. Is that it?
Oh, right.
GT
Swamp Small is kind of a... Right. GT Big, Meyer Big.
Meyer Big. Okay. Yep.
But yeah, for example, Hookshot Cave, it just says top right, bottom right.
Yeah, or most runners know them as 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, right. That's the thing. You're not thinking of where they are. You're just thinking of the order you hit them, hookshotting around the room.
Yeah.
Or you might think of what's labeled as bottom right here as, the bonk chest, the one you can bonk to without the hookshot. Oh, there's a mushroom. Interesting.
Oh, interesting mushroom.
But hey, we're already down here, a couple rooms shy of Laser Bridge.
Yeah, pretty much there. I think the big difference now is we have A0 with 6 hearts and Relkin with, I think, 8 hearts and the cape.
And given their sword situations, it is going to be a Hammer Trinex fight for both of them.
Yeah, absolutely. With half magic, you're actually a little less worried, though, honestly. Alright, getting that first chest on Laser Bridge, I think you just take the safety here, right? No fairies or anything as far... Oh, small key to this dungeon. Okay, this is completable now.
Yeah. He is taking the safety anyway. Not surprising.
Yeah, he's in Oko mode. He's in 1.0 territory. All the horrible things that can happen, which we know won't.
I mean, once you've taken the safety door, of course you won't need it. You only need it if you don't take it.
Yeah, of course. And finding another heart. Wow, this seed is just... Here's all the hearts. Okay, that's all we needed was the small key in the heart. Was there... What was, I don't remember what the third item on there was.
Relkin also getting the mushroom here. Could also be useful for fake powder if we don't have real powder.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like I thought one of the runners grabbed powder, but I could have missed that.
I don't see it on their tracker. And looking at the spoiler log, there is no way in heck that they've grabbed powder right now.
I just saw that as well. Okay, nice hammer Trinex so far from Ace Zero. Looking good. Oh, they do have a blue goo too. I'd forgotten that they grabbed that.
Having a bit of trouble with the ice head there. Relkin also grabs that key, which he doesn't actually need at this point since he got the one out of ice.
Yeah, I think he skipped the pokey key, which if you're gonna grab a key and you get a free heart, it's yeah.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he got a free heart out of skipping pokey key, and I think it's actually faster too if you get a key on laser bridge.
Trinex, where did you go? Oh, there he is.
He's gone. He's out. He'll have none of this today. Okay, Trinex down for Ace Zero. Very well done. Oh, look. A mirror. Imagine that.
Well, I think your next stop is that Master Sword on Floating Island.
Yeah, remember that sword we found on the Smiths earlier? Might have been the required sword you need to get in order to get that mirror. So.
And you can see the execution differences between these runners, that Relkin is just... I mean, that firehead went down so quickly.
Yeah, backdoor hammer Trinex is a thing that you have to practice.
Relkin's also one of the few runners I've seen zero cycle Argus with the Master Sword.
That's a tough one.
And given how hard swords have been to come by, we might see another Master Sword Argus fight in this seed. Though we still haven't seen that Swamp Small.
Yeah, nice to get that extra sword there for Ace Zero. Burning? Okay, interesting. Burning up all their... They're going to do that fake powder that you called out.
Well, I
actually have no idea what's here.
I was trying to think, like, what could they be doing?
I guess we're about to find out.
I mean, they both went to a lot of trouble to get that much... Well, not that much trouble, it was Crystal Roller, but still, some trouble.
A lot of trouble using their lamp 64 times. Oh, free silvers. Well, that's not too bad.
Well, especially if you're going to be stuck on Master Sword, silvers can make a huge difference, and we're gonna have to take down Vitreous. That's, you know, big.
Yeah, it looks like the Titansmiths have the same opinion here of getting this check. Only trying to use the cape to burn it, which is doing okay. Apparently the lamp is the way to go, which is interesting. Don't really know the best way to burn magic, but apparently it's the lamp.
That's tough with half magic. Doesn't it take, like, 64 lamp shots to deplete your magic meter with half magic?
Yeah, I think so. I gotta finish this up. I think Crosswords Keysanity did grab the Skullwood Thievestown big key. I'm not sure if there's anything there that they need, but doing this chest here in the back of Skullwoods. Where do the Titansmiths go next?
Ooh,
small.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say at this point whether it be a routing or execution difference, but we're more or less in the same spot, you know, within 30 seconds or so. And
well, except that Ace Zero still needs to do ice.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, that's the biggest difference right now between the
At least with half magic, should have plenty of ammo for Fire Rod Moth.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because you don't really want to have to do Master Sword or Hammer.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of runners prefer hammer, I've noticed. It's a thing. But I don't. I don't know. These runners are much better, so let's see what they choose to do here.
Well, Ace has got the hammer out.
Yeah,
Okay,
Moth is
then.
saying no to hammers today.
Yeah, unfortunately, Moth's flight pattern is not seeded, so it's kind of luck of the draw whether he's going to be friendly or not.
Oh, you needed that potion. That was smart. And now he's going to kill him in one hit. Yep, I was about to say. As soon as you use the blue, it's over immediately. Oh, another heart? Oh my goodness, come on. You're going to have like 13 hearts by the end of this.
Relkin's going to fill up his first row with this battle.
Yeah, that's right, too. And Ace Zero will probably get, what, 3 more in Ice Palace, I think? I don't know if I've ever seen this much health on a seed. Oh, wow, look at that Moth fight.
Wow, how did he take him down that fast? It's Relkin, that's the answer. Oop, miss flute by Ace Zero. Where is he heading? Swamp, I guess?
I'm guessing, yeah, Swamp probably.
Nope, dig spot.
Oh yeah, they grabbed the shovel.
Well, Relkin didn't grab the shovel, Ace Zero grabbed the shovel. I wonder if there's some sort of safety here.
Yeah, I wonder what's going on here.
GT small. I mean, you kind of want one of those.
Yeah, I mean, it might. GT Big Key might be buried in GT somewhere, and they might end up needing a couple GT smalls. That's definitely a thing that can happen. I think the minimum you would ever need is 1, though. Maybe it's 2, I forget. I think it's 1.
Yeah, I don't actually know. Oops, there went the shield.
Okay, so do you think these runners find another sword? Do you think there's going to be one available?
Okay, so I wonder if Ace... There's no need for that small key. I wonder if Ace Zero just kind of beat the enemies and opened the chest by force of habit, which is a dangerous thing in a spoiler race.
Yeah, that's true.
Because there are a lot of things from non-spoiler races where, you know, you get into a certain habit of doing things, which can be a very good habit to just automatically plow through, except that it costs a few seconds here, a few seconds there, and it adds up over a spoiler race.
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely things that when you've gotten good enough at the game that you muscle memory and is actually faster because you can do that. But then, like you said, in a spoiler race, if you don't need to do those things and you muscle memory, then they lose you time. I'm still just laughing at how many hearts Relkin has. It's obscene.
Hey, maybe Ace will catch up. I mean, he'll get the one off Cold Stare when he does Ice, right?
Yeah, and look at this. Both runners going into left side swamp here.
Must be something there. GT Big? What else do we need?
Yeah, what else do we need?
Meyer Big? Right.
Meyer Big, GT Big, I think.
And that's about it.
Maybe there's 2 swords? It is Swamp Palace, after all. Oh, look,
Mire
it's the big
pick.
key to Misery Mire.
Do kind of need that. So I guess now we'll see the double Mire and Desert clear.
Yeah, these
And
runners are in proverbial GT mode.
yeah, that's all Relkin needs to do after this. Ace still needs to go back and do ice.
Yeah, that was well done from the pilots and runners. Not having to hit the switch a second time, and able to just walk between those two screens in order to get only the west chest there. Or did A0 hit it? I can't tell anymore. No, I guess it looks like Relkin did not hit it, and A0 did. So small things that like we were kind of saying about like opening extra chests and things like that.
Yep. Ooh, left side, and not even jumping in. That was kind of a swanky, swanky diver down there.
And getting bombos, I guess you could use it in Ice Palace, getting the extra money as well. So, because he went for both chests. It wasn't just get bombos and leave, he went for the extra 300, so.
Yeah, well, he now has Zora money.
That's true.
I mean, we've opened Pod. Zora's the only thing, or Bottle Vendor. We never did go back, but he already had Bottle Vendor money.
Yeah. If he was going to, it would have been earlier when they went to Thieves Town.
And nice use of the silvers there.
Oh, this is like the worst fight. I hate this fight so much.
And again, you can see the execution difference between the two runners.
Yeah, this fight's just the worst, though. It's funny that the game wants you to do this in the vanilla version. It's like, no, Swamp Palace is actually the second dungeon.
I mean, the hookshot's nice to get early, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, I think...
Oh, look. We're joined by Sailor Nep, our pilot for the Titansmiths. Hello. In chat, not in comms.
I think as a kid I learned to do Skull Woods before... Skull Woods after Thieves Town, but it never occurred to me to do Swamp after Thieves Town.
Oh, yeah. I just thought you were supposed to follow the order. I mean, why are they in order?
Right, so, like... And there's no good reason to do Skull Woods before Thieves Town. Like, you don't use the Fire Rod in Thieves.
Right, yeah. And, okay, A0, there's a bit of divergence here in the choices. A0 is going to Ice Palace. Oh, yeah, right, they have to do Ice Palace. I'd totally forgotten about that at this point.
Now, he will be able to go mode it.
Doesn't want those 3 heart containers in here?
Well, he'll get the one off Cold Stare whether he wants it or not.
That's true. Yeah, nice quick spooky there, skipping the first one as he did not have to hit any switches in the dungeon for any reason. And of course, free fight with silvers here. And freaking 10 hearts. I feel like this is like the most hearts we're gonna see in one of these invitational spoilers, like the whole league.
Probably.
Oh, big key of Hera. Now they can beat Hera. Get it? Because they already beat it. Okay, I think the big key chest in ice was just a heart piece, and I think the ice H room was full heart container. So I think he's skipping that now. You know, like we said, they can see where their opponent's at, and that was the key to Toe Rock. Okay, so they're actually missing 2 of the hearts here. Or was that a heart? Now I'm getting confused. Okay, going to Landmo. On
Maybe
side.
Landmo has a heart container.
I know, right?
We've already seen 2 vanilla heart containers.
Alright, Acer using this Bombo is putting it to good use. Makes this fight a little cleaner. You don't, you get a chance to miss a couple Fire Rod shots just in case it happens. And make quick work.
Yeah, simultaneous boss kills, but now Ace's 2 bosses behind Relkin. And really, that's mostly just been on execution difference. And a few safeties that Ace has grabbed. Going up the mountain, looks like GT Big Key or something leading to it is up the mountain, but I don't see what could be leading to GT Big Key at this point. So, probably the key itself. Meanwhile, Ace Zero is doing Zora.
Yeah, heading to Zora here. What's going on? That they did grab that extra 300 from Swamp. Oh, look, a sword. It's always nice.
Yeah, bit out of the way. I guess Relkin feels that his Master Sword Ganon fight with Silvers is fast enough that he doesn't want to get tempered.
Yeah, it's one of those things, like, because now he just needs it for Ganon only. Ace Zero getting it for these last 2 dungeons, which is, you know, makes sense. With Silvers, though, all you got to do is get through phase 1 and 2. So, you know, you could save some time depending on your execution in Master Sword Ganon.
Nice cape use there to get past the Lionels. I haven't seen that too many times.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Oh, there's that powder we were talking about. Well, good thing that they got that, so now they can go get their Silvers on Magic Bat.
Was that another heart? And there's the GT Big.
All right, GT Big is another heart. There we go. It's 11 hearts. Come on. Silly. And yeah, this is another room where if you don't have 11 hearts, you don't want to take a damage in it. If you go in there with 5 hearts, you know, you usually take about 3 hearts of damage going through that spike room in the GT climb. So going in with 5, getting through the gauntlet with 2 is not something you want to do if you could help it.
No?
Depends on how you feel. With Tempered, it's less bad, I guess.
So Ace Zero getting on to Vitreous now, but Relkin's already entering Gauntlet.
Yeah, and then still, oh yeah, going with silvers here anyway. Makes sense. I think this is a guaranteed 0 cycle with silvers if you don't miss any shots. And you know, you don't need any more silvers at this point. 3 more for Landmos, 3 more for Landmos in the Landmo 2. And if you need to, you can grab a couple arrow pots along the way. Shooting the fireball. What are those called anyway? Oh, see, there's that 2 hearts I was talking about. They both have a blue goo, right? I think A0 used theirs earlier.
Well, at least, you know, you powder the bunny beam in the next room, and silver's coming in handy again.
Yeah. And apparently you still get the 0 cycle on Landmo. Yeah, second most satisfying in the room in the game.
Yeah, I was going to say nice clean second Wizrobe room there.
Yeah, I definitely like having the tempered here, but, you know, you can see it how much time it took to grab.
Yeah, well, I mean, it would take a few Ganon falls for Ace to catch up, but it'll still be interesting to see, you know, whether his climb goes much faster with the tempered.
Yeah, it's a good point. I'm sure, you know, most runners, a lot of runners are more used to having tempered for this climb, so.
Again, very nice use of the cape. Yeah, you really don't see that often.
Yeah, it's just not something you think about using, you know, and you know, the good runners that have played this game a lot know how to use every item in your inventory.
And especially since you get that magic refill that Relkin just got in pre-Moldorm room, you can be pretty liberal with magic in the rooms before it.
And getting Moldorm's chest for $50. Just in case 11 hearts is not enough. You know what I think that was, actually, that we just saw?
What?
I feel like I saw something in GT Climb that in the spoiler log when I was browsing it earlier. I think he opened the wrong chest there. Yeah, absolutely. We'll see if that was the case.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to spoil it until Ace Zero goes through, and we'll see if he opens it.
Oh, it was a nice slash there.
Yeah, was that a triple-double?
Was it? No, I don't think so, because I think the last slash was only a single hit.
Oh, looked like that last one was a double, but I could be wrong.
Or maybe a double. Oh, a triple-double, not a double-triple.
Yeah, 2-2-2.
Yeah, might have been. It's funny, like this not having a delay. I'm thinking about. I wonder how they're going. I'm gonna check the race room and realize, wait, no, we could literally just watch them right here and see.
Okay, let's see. Relkin's got his Samaria out. I figured someone of Relkin's level would know Samaria strats, but
got a hug.
Yeah, didn't quite position himself right there.
It's like that's 8, 10. So he'll get 10 here.
Yeah, the idea is that you position it there so that you can easily do doubles on Ganon. And if you do it right, you can one cycle phase 2.
Yeah, you can get a 2-1 as a perfect Master Sword fight. Which is pretty absurd.
But I think he only got 10 hits there, and he will need another cycle. Yeah.
Yeah, and he has the cape out, which is fine. I think with the blue goo, it's fine. I think that must have been 12. I lost.
Yeah, no, he got 2 more in that phase. He already had 10. He's good.
Ah, there it is. So I think that was a 3-2, which is totally reasonable, which is a good...
I think it was a 4-2, actually.
Was it?
Yeah, because of that mishap in the first cycle.
Oh, yeah, could be right.
As Ace gets his big key and starts the climb with his beautiful tempered sword. Obtained at great price.
Oh, this is a good setup for a double.
Nice.
And there it is. Get your GGs in chat for the Titans mitts with Relkin running and SailorNet piloting.
And Relkin crosses with an official race time of 1:01:04. So even with those crazy item placements, nearly gets the sub-hour. And let's see if we can get Relkin in here, and let's see if we can get SailorNet in here too. Don't see either of them quite yet. Meanwhile, Ace Zero is going through the gauntlet pretty quickly with that nice tempered sword. Also going to use silvers on Lanmo here. Oh, nice. Recovers and still gets the zero cycle.
Your uncle believes. What is that reference?
Bombs, I think.
Bombs? Really? That's weird.
Yeah. Your uncle believes. I think that's bombs. Okay, we've got
some sword for sale. Oh,
Relkin
did you know?
and Nep in the waiting room now, and we are joined by both of them. GG.
Hey, thanks for the GGs.
GG's.
Relkin, I have to ask you as the first question, how did you feel when Nep told you that the boots were in purple chest?
Oh my goodness. Oh. I completely forgot about the boots also being in purple chest for that seed. Good night.
Who shuffled these cards, right?
But yeah, what were your thoughts on the seed, both of you, overall?
I was definitely feeling a lot of pressure early in the game because a lot of the early spots, there weren't any good spots to give Relkin busy work to do. And then it was just kind of having to realize there are a lot of weird double dips and inefficient saving quits happening because of this bad mirror location. And it was, at first it was feeling bad, and then it was just accepting, no, this is just what you gotta do, it's okay.
What was your choice with doing ice before TR? I was curious about that because your opponents did the opposite.
Well, the way I looked at it is we didn't have mirror until after Trinex, so it's not like we could have saved a mountain trip. So that way we'd have extra heart containers by doing Ice Palace first. Additionally, getting the last TR small meant we could skip the Poke Key.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
I was curious, Nep, did you even tell Relkin about the sword on Zora, or did you not bother?
Yeah, we talked about it and debated it a little bit early in the seed and decided we would put off the decision of whether or not to try to get it for a little while. And then the farther we got in, we just decided, no, we'll just fake powder for the silvers and leave it at that.
Yeah, both of your teams had fake powder as the way to go there. We actually have Ace Zero into Ganon now, so with Tempered and Silvers, it'll probably only be 5 minutes or so difference for all that. Yeah, Relkin, really nice execution on a lot of those fights. You basically won on execution, I don't think either. I mean, Crosswords Keysanity grabbed a few more safeties, but I don't think it made that much of a time difference. But
Yeah, but everybody skipped the third armor. Third armor. Second armor.
Third armor.
Oh yeah, we were trying to figure out, was that what you were doing, opening the post-Moldorm chest that you thought it had been the pre-Moldorm chest and we're going for red mail?
No, that's death safety. Even though I figured it wasn't going to happen, I opened it anyway.
But yeah, that I thought it would be funny that, you know, in seed like this, you end up with 11 hearts red mail. Just because that's dumb. Like, not dumb of you, but like dumb of the seed. Because a lot of times, you know, you played plenty of these where you just don't get any health or anything.
Yeah. Right, with this seed was not lacking in safeties by any stretch. Like, especially once you got to the meat of the seed. That was really heads up of Nep to say, hey, just do ice. I think we're ahead. We can afford to go to ice and be safer in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, that was quite some heart containers in ice. And get your GGs in chat for Ace Zero.
And Waterlow.
Yes, Ace Zero's pilot Waterlow. So Ace crosses with an official race time of 1:06:45.
So I'm curious, maybe I'll wait for all the runners to appear, but I'm just wondering about how much, or if you pull up the restreams or the other streams or any of that when you're playing this mode.
I don't, but Nep had the restream up.
Okay.
I was not watching it for most of that because I figure I'm going to spend that time and energy on putting together the route in my head and just talking through things with Ralkin to make sure that everything I'm saying is logically sound. That also he knows what the plan is so that he's not like having to worry about like if I'm going to suddenly have made a mistake. So once we got to the point where we were in TR, that's when I started to look and kind of get a feel for how we were doing. I'd stolen a couple glances before that, but not much out of the lies.
And we're now joined by Ace Zero and his pilot Waterlow. GG.
GG's.
Thanks.
GG's to
GG,
to
that
Rel.
was a seed.
Yeah. What a bad solo seed. Yeah, GG's.
Yeah, imagine doing that without a spoiler log.
I don't know, maybe 1v1 maybe would have more possibilities to win. Cause in spoiler Keysanity, you know, the team Eats Meats is like probably the best in the pool, so
Almost. It's Titans Mitts.
Actually,
Mitts is an entirely different team.
Maybe we just weren't being complimented. Who knows?
Actually, I was
Yeah.
just thinking, if you did this without a spoiler log, you'd probably get a sword much sooner because you'd pay Zora.
That's true.
Probably.
You have to find the money first, though.
Yeah, we were talking about what we did, and we are proud of what we did. It was, like, I think good work. It was difficult to do better.
Yeah, the money in particular was very hard to work with early on because, you know, we had to do that pod dive to get the mids, and it's just kind of like we're just scrambling, and like there's a 100 in Ice Rod Cave, and all the others are locked behind progression we can't get at yet. So
Yeah, we did Holian.
yeah, that we went for the Houlihan too, in part because we just didn't have any bombs at the time. So it's like, well, what do you do, right?
Yeah, I think we kind of. I don't think I communicated my rupee shortage in time because Waterlow was like, "Oh yeah, just go to pod next. You have the rupees, right?" Like, no. I guess I can Houlihan unless you have something better.
Yeah, but that was the most difficult steed I got from the pilot side. Like, okay, we need to go to everything on this mountain, but where is the mirror? Okay, there, so we can't get it. Where is hookshot? In Mire, what is that scene?
Yeah, we had the 4 desert dips. You guys might have saved one of those.
Yeah,
Potentially.
and the same problem, I didn't check at the beginning Ganon's Tower small keys, and after I say, okay, there is a sword in Ganon's Tower, should we get it? No. And after, okay, we will have one GT small somewhere, and after I saw, okay, at Flute Spot, but you didn't take the shovel, and Ace told me, yeah, I have the shovel. I said, okay, so go get that one, because we wanted to keep the money for Zora to have that tempo sword.
I forget where the shovel even was. Was that
In Paradox Cave. But I told you to take only the right chest and the middle one, because I
thought you meant
thought
both
that
on the right, so I grabbed both of the ones on the right. I guess I was not as clear on some of the directions, but that's neat because I know on the spoiler it says right and far right, doesn't it? And I was when you said right,
Yeah, right, far right.
basically that one chest, but it helped, I guess. I think it was worth saving us from trying to scramble for those rupees or go with just Master Sword. My Master Sword Ganon is particularly bad, so I think it saves me more time. It definitely saves me more time than Relkin and most players in this league, if not like everybody, to get.
And I don't know what Relking thought about that low percent single Turtle Rock dip, but it was funny to road that. Because it's rare to have that.
Yeah, Nep was just like, yeah, you're probably a little bit ahead, so just we'll play it safe and go do ice first.
Yeah, I think that was the right call either way because I don't feel like there's any opportunity cost in doing ice first. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah, so you did ice with Bombos. No, Bombos was. You took that fire rod and you went back to the mountain after.
Yeah. At that point, we had fire rod, half magic, and the blue potion was intact still, so it didn't feel like it would be too scary. I don't think we ever actually had to worry about like fighter sword spins or anything like that.
Well, the cane was also on the mountain too, so I also grabbed that before ice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I tried to route like one first big Death Mountain dip and after only for GT. So yeah, I see.
Yeah,
Just
I think
because of the mirror being on Trinex, there's just no way to not climb the mountain twice before GT.
Yeah. I see.
Oh, so you guys got mirror late then, because you did like half of Death Mountain and then ice and came back later. I see how that. Well, that'd be a third trip.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah, I mean, it's still like you're right that doing Ice Palace with that half magic fire rod cane, it doesn't really get much faster. Like Bombos makes Cold Stare safer, but not really any faster. And I had to blow my blue potion in on Mothula. I had a couple really bad boss fights. I had Moldorm Fall. Mothula was bad. Argus was really bad.
Yeah, I think Moth was a little more rude to you, like sticking up on the top spikes, and in Relkin's fight, it came off a little bit more. As long as you can get those up hammers.
Oh, now I'm seeing it. I guess I mentally misremembered where Quake was. Yeah, I guess there was that little bit of mountain walk, but I get it now. Sorry, I was a little confused there. This seed was a lot.
I think it's still like you didn't really do the extra mountain climb. You just went from the west side to the east side because you had to go down Spiral Cave to get the cane, and then I take it you left after that.
No, I think I just wasn't thinking straight on the fact that we had TR open at that point.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
So,
well, it was, pretty
yeah,
fun.
sorry, go ahead.
GG's again. I don't have anything else. You can go ahead.
GG's. I'll look forward to our team's next game on Wednesday. I think that's going to be exciting too.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask about. This was game one between your teams. So, what do we got to look forward to for your next match?
We need to tell Dante to put one hand behind his back, and maybe we have a chance to get the second one.
Hopefully he's been practicing Fall Guys and not.
Yeah,
I wasn't gonna say it. But
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch.
Maybe he will play Squid Games first and lose, and we won't play versus him. But no. No, it will be fun right before the Cross Keys week with only French-speaking players.
No fun. Cool. Well, GG's again to both teams. Looking forward to that match on Wednesday. Looks like we have one more match this evening in Invitational League at 7 Eastern. We have the Bomb Squad. Sorry, we have Go versus the Bomb Squad with McMonkey versus Adirondack Rick.
Yeah, that should be a good one. McMonkey piloted by Vortex of Doom and Rick piloted by Synac.
Thanks, Drosy. I was trying to figure out the pilots aren't listed. I think we have also 2 more Open League matches tonight on... and we have 3. We have a bunch.
4.
Oh my goodness. We have 4. Okay.
Yeah, League Main and League 2 are going to be going for most of the evening, starting at about 8 o'clock.
Yeah, so lots of matches there. We can post the schedule here. Go check it out. Too many to call out at the moment. But what's the schedule command for League?
That should do it. Yeah, that gives the schedules for both leagues.
Fantastic. All right. Well, it's been a pleasure, Drosy, as always.
Yeah, thanks for joining me. Glad we could do this. Huge thanks, of course, to Akuhei Shark Tracker.
Yeah, and thanks again to all our runners and pilots and everyone else. So.
Yeah, have a good evening. Hope to see you at some of these later matches tonight.